We are here with Callum Ilott, who is in the number 77 for Junco's Hollinger Racing. Little bit of a struggle this month, but you're in the field solidly. That has to feel good.
Yeah, a little bit is an understatement, but no, it's been tough. It's been tough. You know, that's how it is sometimes. And unfortunately, we were the ones this year that had quite a big struggle and made a few changes to make it work, and we got in. But yeah, excited to be racing. Obviously, we've got a little bit more time with Carb Day coming up to fix, any little issues we have. And yeah, should be a good race.
2 hours to me doesn't seem like a lot of time to practice.
Not enough. So not after the 2 weeks I've had.
Yeah.
So I need way more. But for the
I don't mean to offend you, but on the open test days, I was like, all right, I don't think he's gone out yet.
No, that was kind of the way it was all the way up until qualifying. Yeah, that's the way it was for us. Limited testing, we're very far behind some others, but again, that's life sometimes.
Yeah. Now, you were coming up the ranks. You finished second in Formula 2 in 2020 and did really well there with 3 wins and 5 pole positions. And then you switched over to IndyCar. What was your first experience in an oval, and was it anything like you expected?
First experience was in Texas, and
why do Lundgaard said that too? Why do they keep putting you guys in Texas as the first oval?
I think that's the way it works because of the schedule. To be honest, I don't know. It's a tough one, but also as a super speedway, it's I think quite a good one to get started in. Look, I don't know. Someone else makes the rules on that side. But yeah, I think my honest reaction coming in was, I don't know who came up with this idea, but they got some issues. And I think when everything was under 100 miles an hour or whatever, it was all good. But now it's super fast. I mean, I've learned to appreciate how finely tuned everything is and how difficult the racing can be. And especially here at IMS, it's very, very tough. It's a very tough track, very tough racing, and even tough to get the car in the window.
So when people say it's a tough track to race, what exactly does that mean for those of us who have never been in the car?
Anything from setting up the car, how you balance the car as a driver, and the driving style you need to play around with it. And then the next thing is even the racing. The racing can be very close and very competitive. Or it can be very, very distant, and to be able to make a move, you have to be on the edge and very daring. It can be anything, but here it's more about how finely tuned the cars need to be for the window for them to work in, and then, watching qualifying, how on edge everyone is at 240 miles an hour. How close
you were described as particularly brave in qualifications. What did other drivers mean by that?
I almost crashed 6 out of the 8 laps I did.
Oh, wow.
And I've got photographic evidence of how close I got to the wall on every lap of the first run, and then 2 of the 4 laps on the second run. And, the story for me was we changed chassis the previous day, and I got 2 runs in the morning on Saturday and then went straight into qualifying. And, all the cars are so different. It doesn't matter how even if the baseline setup should work, you need to fine tune it with aeros and stuff. And the faster you go, the ride heights and all of that changes, and that changes how the car behaves. So, yeah, I think some people were very impressed by what we managed to do, what I managed to do in the qualifying. And yeah, I put on some of the craziest laps I've ever done on an oval.
Now, were you familiar with the Indy 500 when you were overseas? Did you come to the race before you were in it? This is what, your second year?
Yeah, second year. My first experience watching it was 2016 when Rossi won. And I'd heard of it, but I'd never watched it before that. And then, I kind of started to get an understanding of it. Obviously, when I was a little bit older, 2019 I was racing in Monaco. So at the same time we were racing, I was probably partying at the time the Indy 500 was going on. But yeah, you got a feeling for how big this race was, but you don't understand it until you come here.
Yeah, and what was that first experience like? Did you kind of underestimate it and kind of go, well, it's just another race, and then you experienced it and it was something different?
No, I never underestimated it. I was just like, I want to see what it's like, you know. And then when you get that cannon at 6 a.m. waking you up, going, "Oh, what was that?" And then obviously the noise and everything that follows it, it just creates a special day.
Yeah. Now, if you were, final question, if someone were going to play you in a movie about your life, who do you think would play you?
I mean, there's a good guy, Taron Egerton. I think that's his name. He played in Kingsman. You know the one.
Yeah. Alsman knows all this stuff. Yeah. Nicholas Holt.
I would know the face, but I don't know. Okay, yeah.
No, you're talking to the wrong guy. Yeah.
Yes, I was thinking of the English style.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Callum Ilott. We really appreciate your time here on the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks.